NASCAR SEGA Cup Series is back after another small hiatus, which I deeply apologize for. But the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series is back, and we're going to be here racing at Talladega SuperSpeedway, getting ready for the Geico 500. Now, after we've had a couple of weeks of short track racing, we had Cody Lima start on the pole, and he ended up finishing first. But he's going to have his work cut out for him, as he's going to start near the rear of the field. But now our front row consists of Mitchell Collins running the Auto Trader colors on his number 22, and Christina Bell sporting the Marvel Spider-Man 2 colors on her number 40. But hey, this is Talladega. Anyone can win here. And there are a lot of drivers here who are going to try to make their way to the top and hopefully avoid the big one, because you know it's going to happen. Well, I kept all of you guys waiting here long enough, and I hope everyone is ready for some racing, because we're going to be here for a pretty long one. We're going to have 29 laps, and pit strategy will be a factor here. Who will come out on top on this super speedway? You're about to find out very shortly, as we're just moments away from those famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice and easy, long day. It's going to be a lot of adjustments. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. This is a real race here. We're going to have a blast tonight. I can't wait to get up and get going.
And as the drivers are rolling off pit road, here is your starting lineup for the Geico 500. The drivers are ready, and I hope you race fans are ready. We're going to be in for a pretty long one here today. 29 laps. Now everyone has a fair and equal chance of winning here at Talladega. Mitchell Collins and Christina Bell are going to lead the field down to the green flag. 29 laps of action, and I hope you guys are ready. The green flag is now out here for the Geico 500. And oh man, it looks like we already had a car go under the apron. That looks like it was the 98 of Aaron Macklin. Yes, it is. It is the 98. I don't know if something happened to the 98. He is under power. He is speeding up. So I don't know if there was an issue for the start here. But oh man, as they're coming out of turns 3 and 4 for the first time here today under green, we have William Brock taking the lead away from Mitchell Collins. Heading into the travel for the first time here today, William Brock will in fact lead the first lap, I believe. Oh no, it may have been Mitchell. Yes, it was Mitchell Collins. He will lead the first lap on the high side. But oh man, they just made it 3 wide for the lead, and Nathan Orman, he just took it away. Nathan Orman taking the lead away, and it looks like he's bringing his teammate Joshua Mudd along with him. And oh man, all these guys are running close. And oh man, we already got trouble on the track. Oh man, we already got a wreck, and Cody Lamas was one of the cars I saw go around. Oh man, we're gonna have to take a look and see who was all involved. But now they're racing back to the yellow flag as Nathan Orman will continue to keep his race lead. it looks like Michael Norman will cross the line in second place. Or it may have been his teammate. Yes, it was. It was Alex Ferranti coming in second as Orman leads. But now we have to take a look and see who was all involved. There's Cody Lamas, who I saw spin out. And oh man, there's the 91 of Simon Oscon. And here's a few more cars back here. Seth Cole, Ryan Acosta, and his teammate Kyle Matthews. Now we see the 98. I don't think the 98 is going to be a lap down because he's just speeding down the field. I think he's going to cycle back behind them. I don't think he's a lap down. No, he's not. He's still on the lead lap, so he might have came down pit road to fix whatever issue he had, and he's back racing. But let's take a look and see what happened in the back straightaway as Nathan Orman is our race leader. Well, here's having to brought out our first caution. They were going 5 wide in the back straightaway, and the contact actually starts between Alex Drayton and Dylan Young. As you can see, the 14 and the 2 come right down onto the right rear quarter panel of Seth Cole. That causes him to lock up his wheels, but luckily, since they were going so fast, they actually fixed Seth Cole back to normal, so he didn't lose too much speed. But Dylan Young, he comes up right in front of Kyle Matthews. He gets into the 8 of Dustin Stoller and right into the 91 of Simon Oscon. That causes both them to spin out. And Cody Lamas in the 11, he actually hits the back of the 91. That causes him to spin out as well. And Ryan Acosta, he was lucky to dodge both the 91 and the 11. That's good driving by the 78. We're going to have to ride on board with him and see what he saw. But as we saw, the 91 and the 11 are spinning out. Luckily, this was already deep in the back of the field, so I wouldn't call this a big one. Not yet. Here we are riding on board with the number 78 Bass Pro Shops Camaro of Ron Acosta. There may have been a little bit of contact between the 78 and the 91, but that could have turned out way worse than it actually did. But still, that's good driving by the number 78. Here we are back at Talladega. We're going to restart on lap number 7 out of 29. Still plenty of racing to go, and no drivers have retired out of the race so far. Our top 10 once we get back underway goes as follows. Nathan Orman is the race leader. Second is his teammate Alex Ferranti. Third is Michael Norman. Fourth is Matt McIntyre. Fifth is Chris Darlington. Sixth is Tim Fiegel. Seventh is RJ Bishop. Eighth is Sky Commons. Ninth is Mitchell Collins. And riding out the top 10 is Dougie Shears. The rest of the top 15 are points leader Jonathan Zorland, Cole Daly, James Qualls, Jessica Shelton, and Cole Deaver. Nathan Orman's really going to have to do some defensive driving. A few drivers did come down pit road just to gas and go. No one took tires yet, so that's a good sign. These drivers are still good to go in terms of tire wear, but can they handle this heavy pack racing as the green flag is back out? And oh man, both Alex Ferranti and Michael Norman are trying to make it 3 wide for the lead. But it looks like Michael Norman's probably going to be the biggest loser in that situation because now he's stuck on the high side with no help. And he just got, he's about to get passed by Tim Fiegel and RJ Bishop. Michael Norman needs to try to find a way to get back to the bottom. Our Season 3 champion, he's looking to try to to try to capitalize on a possible victory here today, because right now he currently sits 39th in standings. Really dismal start for the Wood Brothers number 21, but he's looking to turn his season around. And speaking of turning around, we see Chris Darlington. He just took the lead away from Nathan Ormond, but he may not have it for long, because here comes RJ Bishop on the inside being pushed by Sky Commons. And I don't know who led that lap. Darlington just barely led that lap, but RJ Bishop, he's going to take that lead away, but he's not going to have it for long, because here comes Sky Commons now on the inside. He's going to take the lead away, being pushed by points leader Jonathan Zorlin. Jonathan Zorlin running Special Air Force colors on his number 43, as he's making it 3 wide for second place. And here comes Cole down. And oh man, we got trouble. They're spinning out. Oh man, we got a wreck in turn 3. Oh man, that did not take long at all. And one of the drivers I saw go around was Tim Fiegel. Oh man, they're racing back to the line, and Sky Commons, he's going to hang on to that lead. And it's pretty much going to be a battle for second place between James Qualls and Cole Daly. And I do believe that Daly beat him to second. Yes, he did. But Sky Commons is our race leader. And oh man, we have to take a look and see who was all involved. And oh no, there's Christina Bell sporting the Marvel Spider-Man 2 colors on her number 40. This is not how she wanted to treat that car here. And oh man, there's a front end damage to Seth Cole. And Seth Cole is done. Oh man, he took his car back to the garage area. And there's some front end damage to the FOE car of Kyle Matthews. Dustin Stoller has damage. And there's Tim Fiegel, who I saw go around. Oh man, and there's a little bit of left side damage to Alex Ferranti as they're bunching up a little bit. And oh man, Ferranti just ran into the back of Danny Wells. Oh man, they all just bunched up in the back straight away. And there's some damage to now Simon Oscon. He's already missing his rear bumper, and if he doesn't go to the garage area, he may be missing his front bumper and his hood. And oh man, Danny Wells got a decent bit of rear damage there, as well as Chris Darlington. He was challenging for the lead just a couple of laps ago. Oh man, we're gonna have to go to the replays to see everything that happened here, and it looks like all the drivers are coming down pit road. So let's head to the replays to see what happened at the entrance of turn 3. Okay, here's having to brought out our second caution, and I don't think Tim Fiegel is going to be happy with the rookie Chris Darlington, as the 82 just hooks the 19 right up into Nathan Ormond, and unfortunately, the 19 spins out right in front of the field. Alex Ferranti was also collected, as well as Darlington's teammate Dougie Shears, as Darlington gives the wall another smack as he drives away. But Fiegel, he's sliding down the racetrack right in front of Christina Bell, and I don't think it ends there. And yes, here comes Dustin Stoller into the view. Oh man, Dustin Stoller, Seth Cole, and Dylan Young. But it looks like Dylan Young managed to get through unscathed, which he did. Wow, he actually did. And Christina Bell actually gets into it with the spinning Tim Fiegel. That's how she got her front end damage. And here comes Kyle Matthews into view. Oh man, just a rough ride for our Phoenix winner. Not a good day for Tim Fiegel. And there's Seth Cole with his front end damage. Oh man, we're gonna have to ride on board with some of these drivers and see what they saw. As we see, let's bring it back a little bit. Kyle Matthews, he actually locks up his wheels to try to avoid the number 8, and as we see the front end damage to Seth Cole after his contact with Tim Fiegel and Dustin Stoller. Oh man, and Seth Cole, he actually currently sits second in the standings, so this is definitely gonna bring him down a peg. He was actually trying to work up on trying to take the points lead away from Jonathan Zorlin, but I don't think it's gonna happen here today. Here we are riding aboard with the number 2 Money Lion Ford Mustang of Dylan Young. Oh man, he just barely avoids the spinning 19 and Seth Cole as he slides right in front of him. That's good driving by Dylan Young. Hopefully this is his chance to finally move up the point standings a bit. And here we are with one last onboard camera with the number 40 Marvel Spider-Man 2 Camaro of Christina Bell. She gets a little contact with Alex Ferranti. There's an impact from Seth Cole and Dustin Stoller. Just absolutely nowhere for the number 40 to go. And it pains me to see such a beautiful car end up in a wreck like this, as I think it's safe to say that she's probably going to be done here for the day, as she will teleport to pit road. Oh, or not. And here we are back at Talladega. We're going to restart on lap number 13 out of 29. Just before the halfway point, and we actually have a few drivers who are now out of the race. They are Kyle Matthews, Seth Cole, Dustin Stoller, Tim Fiegel, Christina Bell, Simon Oscon, and Alex Ferranti. And Joshua Mudd still sits on pit road 2 laps down. Well, actually, he just left pit road. He actually got in contact with Jessica Shelton, and he actually had to teleport to his pit stall to fix whatever damage he had. But anyway, here's our top 10 once we get back underway. James Qualls is the race leader. Second is Cole Daly. Third is Sky Commons. Fourth is points leader Jonathan Zorlin. Fifth is Charles Sanford. Sixth is Jessica Shelton. Seventh is Joshua Osborne. Eighth, Brayson Mitchell. Ninth, RJ Bishop. And rounding out the top 10 is Allison Rain. The rest of the top 15 are Jake Rogers, Cole Deaver, Michael Norman, Mitchell Collins, and Stephen Colin. Pace car's already made its way back onto the racetrack. James Qualls sporting his Castrol GTX colors on his number 70 today. Can he find a way to make it to victory lane, as the green flag is now back out for Talladega? James Qualls already trying to run away with that lead, but he doesn't want to get too far ahead. Otherwise, he's gonna get passed by a freight train. As we see Jonathan Zorlin battling out with Cole Daly for second place, and Daly's teammate Jessica Shelton, she makes her way into the top 5 here for the first time here today. Jessica Shelton, after that contact with Joshua Mudd on pit road, she was lucky enough to get away from it unscathed, as she currently sits third right now, as we see Brayson Mitchell diving down to the inside here, making it 3 wide for the 4th position with Joshua Osborne and Cole Daly. Apologize for that little lag there, as we see Jonathan Zorlin now. He's breaking away from the pack and hopefully try to run that number 70 car down. James Qualls out of Joanna Atwood Motorsports. Currently, I'm trying to find them on the list. Right now, James Qualls, he sits 8th in standings. He's actually 7 positions behind the guy who's actually running him down, trying to get the lead. And now we see Steven Gonzalez trying to make his way into the top 10 for the first time here today. Steven Gonzalez running this Register Me paint scheme that Josh Wise also ran at Talladega. I bet Steven will probably feel pretty special to try to put that special number 28 in victory lane, as, oh man, there was a 4 wide situation right in front of him, as the field is mostly spread out a little bit. And oh man, we got a car smoking on the infield. Someone just blew their engine, and I think it was Zachary Fitzwater. Yes, it is. It's Zachary Fitzwater. The number 4 goes up in smoke. Oh man, oh man. I was wondering if we were gonna have an engine issue here, and unfortunately, Zachary Fitzwater was a victim of this. And oh man, right now, Zachary Fitzwater. I'm trying to find them on the list. Zachary Fitzwater. Right now, he sits. Right now, he sits 21st in standings as we head back up to the pack of cars. And oh man, and look who just took the lead. The number 98 of Aaron Macklin. Oh man, at the beginning of the race, he had some issues, but luckily that quick caution came out to keep him from going a lap down. Now look at him. He's running up at the front of the pack, trying to represent for Dodge here today. And he's bringing Dougie Shields along with him, one of the Second Cup Series longest drivers in the stable. He spent his entire career in that number 83, and he has not drove for any other team. He really wants to give Red Bull Racing their first win. You know, come to think of it, I don't think Red Bull Racing has ever won a race in the NASCAR SEGA Cup. Well, not a points-paying race. Dougie Shears has been to victory lane, but it was way back in the Budweiser shootout of season 1. He has not won a points-paying race yet. As we see the drivers coming down the back straightaway now, and it looks like there's gonna be a battle for the lead now. William Brock with the help of Brayson Mitchell. He just took it away from Aaron Macklin. And oh man, the laps R&D winding down. Hopefully we don't see a big one before this race is over. William Brock trying to hang on to that lead. He's going to have a bumper full of Brayson Mitchell and Nathan Hudson. William Brock does lead that lap, and now here comes Nathan Hudson trying to bring Michael Norman along with him. Nathan Hudson sporting those Castro colors on his number 6 for Roush Fenway Racing. He makes his way into second place. I'm trying to remember the last time that the number 6 has even came to victory lane, and I believe it may have been from the season 2 champ. And oh man, we got trouble. Oh man, there's another wreck in turn 3, and one of the cars was Hudson's teammate Levi McIntyre. Oh man, all these guys racing hard for position, but they're racing back to the line now. Nathan Hudson still has it, but he may lose it to Michael Norman, but right now he doesn't have any help. And leading him to the line will be Hudson. Oh man, but we have to take a look and see who was all involved here. There's Levi McIntyre, who I saw go in, and there's some right side damage to the 3 of Cole Deaver, and there's some right side and rear damage to the 31 of Dylan Poteet. And I don't think there's any damage to Joshua Mudd. There's Aaron Macklin back here. Danny Wells already had his damage. This may have been a small accident, but oh man, there were a few drivers still involved here. But we have our third caution of the day, as Nathan Hudson is the race leader. So stay tuned. And here's how they brought out our third caution of the day. It was a 4-wide situation, and it was almost the exact same thing what happened between Tim Fiegel and Chris Dalton, going 4 wide, actually trying to get into the top 5 here. Dylan Poteet just hooks Levi McIntyre right into Cole Deaver, and unfortunately all 3 of these drivers just get right in front of Aaron Macklin, and Aaron Macklin trying to do what he can to fight his way back to the top here today after what happened to him in the beginning of the race. As we see McIntyre, Poteet, and Deaver just spun completely around, and we see Dylan Young drive by. Now luckily no one else was coming like while these guys were sliding down the racetrack, so this wreck wasn't as bad as the second caution was. As you see Cole Daly and Sky Commons driving by, avoiding those 3. But oh man, still, that's a tough break. But if these guys don't retire out of the race, they could still have a shot if they can get around the slow traffic. But we'll see. Let's head back to live action. back at Talladega. We're going to restart on lap 23 with only 7 laps to go. And we have more drivers who are not out of this race. They are Joshua Osborne. Oh, that's it. He's the only one that retired out. He must have blown an engine or something that I didn't see. I'll have to go check on that later. But anyway, once we get back underway, after pit stops, Michael Norman is the race leader. Second is Matt McIntyre, our winner from Las Vegas. Third now is Dylan Young. Fourth place is his teammate Mitchell Collins. Fifth now is RJ Bishop. Sixth is Allison Rain. Seventh is Brayson Mitchell. Eighth is Dougie Shears. Ninth is Steven Gonzalez. And rounding out the top 10 is Ryan Acosta. The rest of the top 15 are Stephen Colin, Jessica Shelton, Nathan Orman, Sky Commons, and Jake Rogers. Now, a lot can happen in 7 laps. Hopefully, we don't have another accident. But Michael Norman, our Season 3 Second Cup Series champion, he will definitely have to do some mirror driving if he wants to try to protect that lead, as the green flag is back out at Talladega. And oh man, bad move by Dylan Young. He go to the high side, but now he has no help. The next closest car that can get behind him is actually Dougie Shears, as we see them going down the back straightaway now. Michael Norman, he doesn't want to get too far away. One thing that Michael Norman needs right now is a caution, so this race will hurry up and end so he could get his first win of the season. But it's still too soon to tell what can happen. Now we see Allison Rain trying to chase him down with the help of the Robert Yates Racing teammates, Steven Gonzalez and Stephen Colin, the Steven and Steven show. They're actually trying to catch up to the leaders right now, as Michael Norman will lead this lap. And oh man, here comes Allison Rain now, and Stephen Colin, it turns out he wants more. He leaves his teammate high to dry. As Allison Rain, she now takes the lead away in the Fox Nation number 7. It's still too soon to tell who's going to have the advantage here, as all these drivers are scrambling for position right now. And Stephen Colin, our winner from the second heat race of Bristol Dirt, he's looking to try to win a full length race here today, but he's going to have to get by Allison Rain to do it. Allison Rain better do what she can to hang on to that lead, but here comes her teammate Ryan Acosta. Ryan Acosta, he would love to get back to victory lane. The last time Ryan Acosta was in victory lane is when he actually drove for Robert Yates Racing in the 38, where he won the Brickyard 400. He would love to get back in victory lane at Talladega, but now here comes our pole sitter, Mitchell Collins. He wants to get back up there. His teammate Dylan Young is stuck in the middle. I don't know if he's going to have time to get back up there. And here comes Nathan Orman scrambling on the inside now. He's trying to stay into the top 10 as he makes it 3 wide with Steven Gonzalez and Michael Norman. And here comes Jake Rogers now. Oh man, Jake Rogers, he currently sits 42nd in standings. A win here could definitely turn his season around, as he's going to try to do what he can to get up there. But oh man, we're having a battle for the lead now. Stephen Colin, along with Aaron Macklin, who got into it in that last caution. He's trying to rebound, try to get up here. And here comes our Rockingham winner, Charles Sanford. Oh man, we got a few drivers up here trying to get their second win of the season, but we also got other faces trying to get their first wins of the season. Oh man, Stephen Colin and Charles Sanford trying to get their second wins of the season. But Allison Rain, she's trying to get the first win of her I believe she's trying to get the first win of her NASCAR Second Cup Series career. One of the most unique drivers that we have here in the NASCAR Second Cup. She's trying to show that she belongs in the big leagues. But oh man, Charles Sanford has just taken the lead away. And here comes Charles's teammate, Greg Kenningberg. Oh man, Front Row Motorsports, they're really trying to work on something here right now, as we now go to the helicopter coverage. As we now have 3 laps to go. He's bringing James Qualls and Dougie Shears along with him. Oh man, Front Row Motorsports now sits first and third. lot can happen in these last 3 laps. No one is lifting like any bit. Hopefully these guys can keep it clean for the next 2.5 laps. Charles Sanford continues to hang on to that lead, and here comes Dougie Shears. Dougie Shears, he has been in the NASCAR SEGA Cup since season 1, and I really don't want to say anything because every time I do, something happens. But how can you not be pulling for Dougie Shears right now? He's looking to try to capture his very first SEGA Cup Series victory here after being here in the very beginning, and he is trying to look to chase down that number 34. As we saw a car go down to the apron, I believe that was Tim Fiegel. I don't know what happened to the 19, but we're gonna have to stay on board at the front of the pack as laps are winding down. And oh man, we got a wreck! Oh man, we got a wreck! The caution is out. This may be the race for the win here. And Dougie Shears, he is out front. Oh man, he's gonna have to try to do what he can to defend that lead from Allison Rain. And he is not gonna let Allison Rain pass him. They're coming into the triangle, and he is taking the yellow flag and the white flag. And he will take it. But the question is, can he stay on pace? Oh man, can he actually stay on pace here to capture his very first win of the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series? And oh man, there's Alex Drayton who was involved in that last wreck. There's Michael Norman in the 21. And oh man, there's Brett Kenningberg's damage and smoking. He's done. There's Nathan Ormond. RJ Bishop sits on pit road. Matt McIntyre, Dylan Young, Cole Deaver, Jessica Shelton. Oh man, a lot of drivers were involved in that. Brandon Crass is also on pit road. The white flag is still waving, but the question is, do any of these drivers have to come down pit road? Does Dougie Shears have to come down pit road? I don't know, but he better do what he can to stay out. This is literally his race to lose right now. No one needs to blow up, and no one needs to come down pit road. I will go to the replays before I show the finishing results here. But oh man, what a way to end the Geico 500. And there is absolutely no indication for pit road. This may have not have been how he wanted to capture his very first victory, but I can tell you that he is not complaining. He will take here what he can get. I started the NASCAR SEGA Cup Series all the way back in 2011, and here in 2021, more than 10 years later, in season number 4, capturing his very first SEGA Cup Series victory of his career, Dougie Shears, he will take home the Geico 500 at Talladega. "10 years of trying and 10 years of racing in NR 2003 of the NASCAR SEGA Cup, all the way back from the Budweiser Shootout of Season 1, he is finally taking home a checkered flag that will actually go into the record books as an official win. Dougie Shears out of Red Bull Racing will take home the checkered flag." No driver has deserved to win better than Dougie Shears has here today. Before we head to look at our official results, let's take a look and see what happened to bring out the final caution of the day. Well, here's having to bring out our final caution of the day, and it looks like there's a little trouble in paradise for the Penske Racing stable, because Michael Norman, he gets into it with Dylan Young and Mitchell Collins here. Michael Norman does get his equipment from the Penske stable despite being in Wood Brothers Racing. Brett Kennenberg spins out right in front of Ryan Acosta, but it does not end there. Steven Gonzalez was lucky enough to avoid it, and there's some contact between RJ Bishop and Sky Commons. Nathan Orman gets into the back of the 2 car, And oh man, just the second big one. And then there's Brandon Crasser, probably couldn't see anything due to the smoke. RJ Bishop gets into view. Jessica Shelton also gives Dylan Young another hit. And oh man, Michael Norman just gets slammed by Joshua Mudd in the 5. And Michael Norman, he's just along for the ride. He gets another hit from Matt McIntyre. Then Matt McIntyre, oh man, he actually just clobbers Jessica Shelton, sends her up and over. Oh man, I'm gonna have to look at this from another angle. There's Alex Drayton spinning, and there's Brandon Crasta, who got his contact earlier, and there's Danny Wells damaged and smoking. Brandon Crasta already sits here, and there's smoke coming out of the 78 of Acosta up there. But oh man, Jessica Shelton just flips at the bottom of turn 3. And let me bring it back a little bit. There's the contact between let's see. Yes, here's the contact with Brian Acosta, and there's Brandon Crasser that got his hit. He slides up, and William Brock actually avoided them. And then there's Dylan Poteet. He also avoids. And oh man, there's an impact from Matt McIntyre. Brett Kinneberg also got a hit from McIntyre there. There's Alex Drayton nearly flipping as he slides down the track. There's Brandon Crasta also nearly flipping. But oh man, Jessica Shelton, she just went for a wild ride there. Before we head to the finishing results, I have a couple of onboards to look at. Let's start off first with the number 48 Ally Camaro of Nathan Ormond. As you can see right there, he gets into it with Michael Ormond, then he gets hit. And oh man, he just barely misses a charging Matt McIntyre. As you can see, Jessica Shelton's car just barrel rolling down the bottom of the turn. Major damage to the 48 car. Now here we are riding on board with the number 27 VZ Camaro of Matt McIntyre. With all that smoke, there was absolutely nothing he could see. He just barely taps Michael Norman. He's just along for the ride. And as you can see, he just clobbers Jessica Shelton. Oh man, that was a really hard hit from Matt McIntyre. Now here we are with one last onboard camera from the number 14 Hot Wheels Racing Ford Mustang of Alex Drayton. Right there, he was running close behind Brandon Crasta, and he just saw Matt McIntyre just slam Jessica Shelton. Another view of the flipping number 20. Now Drayton's car is smoking, but at least he was able to drive away. Chaotic end to the Geico 500. Now let's take a look at our official results. As for Geico 500 race number 10, and we are official. A big wreck coming to the white flag at Talladega spells the very first win for Dougie Shears, longtime NASCAR veteran of the Sega Cup Series, finally gets it done here today. Allison Rain will have to settle for a silver medal this week as she takes home second place. Aaron Macklin ends up third, Brayson Mitchell fourth, Charles Sanford ends up with a top 5 here today. Nathan Hudson finishes 6th in the number 6. Stephen Colin ends up 7th. Paul Sitter Mitchell Collins ends up 8th. Cole Daly 9th, and Jake Rogers rounds out the top 10. Good day for all these drivers. Steven Gonzalez with the Davey Allison tribute car ends up 11th. Sky Commons ends up 12th. William Brock, Dylan Pote, and Ron Acosta, who avoided that last wreck, end up with top 15s today. Points leader Jonathan Zorla ends up 16th. Then we have Levi McIntyre in 17th. Chris Dalton 18th. James Qualls 19th. And rounding out the top 20 was James McLeod, who was also involved in that last accident. And then we have last week's winner Cody Lamas ends up 21st. He was actually the last car to finish on the lead lap. Alright, and let's see. And we have drivers who finished 2 laps down. They were Cole Deaver ends up 25th, and we have Brandon Krasser ends up 29th. He didn't take his car back to the garage area. He was still able to finish, but unfortunately he was still 2 laps down. And from 22nd on down to 42nd, holy crap, all the drivers who retired out of this race. Talladega takes no prisoners. We have Michael Norman, Dylan Young, Brett Kenningberg, Jessica Shelton after her crazy flip, Nathan Orman, RJ Bishop, Alex Drayton, Matt McIntyre, Danny Wells, Joshua Mudd, Joshua Osborne, Zachary Fitzwater after he blew an engine, Alex Ferranti, Samit Ozkan, Christina Bell, Tim Fiegel, Dustin Stoller, Seth Cole, and Kyle Matthews. Well, race fans, that does it here for the Deep South. The next time we go back racing, we're going to go to the Great Plains of Kansas Speedway. So don't forget to tune into that, race fans. Congratulations one last time to Dougie Shears for capturing his very first Sega Cup Series career win. And we'll see you next time.